Hey everybody, this is Phrakture. In this video we're going to be using the drum rack with the MPK Mini. First thing you want to do is just make sure your MPK is plugged in, go to File, create a new live set. Then you should go to Options and go to your Preferences and see if for input, in the MIDI sync tab, click on the MIDI sync tab and check for next to output and input where it says MPK for the MIDI ports. Make sure for track it's on, remote it's on, so it should match that. After you do that, you want to see if your MPK is plugged in and if it's sending MIDI signal to Ableton. So just press a bunch of buttons on your MPK. If you see a yellow light flash in this top right corner, that means yes, Ableton is receiving MIDI messages and it is ready to use the MPK. Then what you want to do is you'll see over here on this bottom right section here, just make sure that the show hide mixer button, which is the M button, make sure that is the only one that is clicked. You don't really need any of the other ones on. Then just go to your live device browser up on the top left and just find the drum rack. It should be under instruments. Just drag it and drop it right into the project. You won't need the other two, so you can just get rid of those. You can just delete those. For this bit, this is really all you'll need to do to the drum rack track. Now just select it and make sure ARM session recording is on. It is selected. What this means is that when you press buttons on your MPK, as you see right here, the MIDI signal from your MPK will be going exactly to this track, so it'll go straight to this drum rack track. Now just use your file browser over here and just locate some samples that you want to use for this drum rack. So I have a kit over here, an 808 kit I downloaded from freesound.org. I included the link in the description so you can download it too and you can try it out just like this. You can press that tiny blue headphone button next to the waveform to preview the sound when you click on it. And then once you find the right sounds, just click and drag them right into your drum rack like I'm doing right here. So at this point, what you'll notice, you'll get more of a feel of the sound because you can actually just interact with it right off of your MPK, and at which point I think the MPK really starts to come alive and feel like a lot of fun. So in the drum rack, when you double click on one of the samples, this sample display pops up and it's got a lot of really awesome features. I honestly urge you to experiment with it, fiddle with all of the knobs and just learn it. Like, that's how I think it's fun. What you'll notice is when you press on one of the pads, depending on how long you hold it down, that's how long it'll play the sample for, and that all depends on the release time, which you can see here. So if you want a sample just play out completely when you just hit it once, instead of having to hold it down to play it, for these individual samples, just change the release time to full or however much you'd like. For the open hi-hat sample here, however, I won't set it to full so I can emulate more of a real drum set. So now you've got your samples. If you want to individually edit some of the volumes or whatever, there's a little volume bar right over here. You can just click your mouse down and drag up or down, and that'll change the level. That's really it for this tutorial. I think at this point you should, even with just this little bit of knowledge, try it out, have a lot of fun with it. I think it's a lot of fun. I think you can do a lot with the MPK Mini. I feel like it's a bit underrated, and I don't think it should be called a laptop production keyboard. I think it can do more than that. But yeah, so if you want to add some more samples in at this point, start fiddling with and learning the drum rack sample display and all those other options you got there. And yeah, go for it. Stay tuned for part 2 and the following tutorials after, where I show you how to add some effects over it as well and combine it with the other technique I showed in the previous video.